It's like an anvil fell out of the sky, went through the roof, and hit me in the back. It was that sudden. What I remember was I was laid in bed thinking I maybe had a cold or something, and I felt this horrible pain around my middle, just out of nowhere. Over an hour and a half, I became weaker and weaker and weaker, and I fell on the ground. And that's when I really, panicked. I called a doctor. He said, call the emergency people, the EMT people.
When I got in front of our house, he was being wheeled out, and it was just a shock. And I looked at him, and his eyes were like saucers, like, I don't know, what is this?
A neurologist came in, and he immediately knew what it was. It's called transverse myelitis. It's a little bit like MS, but it presents itself or, occurs differently. And somehow my immune system messed up and attacked my spine. I was in mourning for a long time. I lost half my body. I lost my legs. It was like I had to wait around for each brain cell to kind of accept this thing. Friends were very good, and they, brought food and Alfred Hitchcock movies and stuff. But I've also found that there were people who didn't come, who didn't call, who didn't write letters, which struck me as really strange until I realized that, first of all, there are people who are scared of hospitals, but there are people who are mortified by something like this happening to someone they know. And their reaction is just not to think about it, to withdraw. Anne-Marie and I had some tough times because this was such a shock.
This was not anything I expected, You work hard and, everything will fall into place. Well, it didn't.
And then we realized this is it, this is our reality. So we began to change our life accordingly.
We had such laughs over it. I actually think humor is what kept us together. There's a lot of dark humor that comes with, dark events. And if you can laugh at it, that is the best laugh in the world. We've both found a little humility and empathy for others.
There is this phenomena called post-traumatic growth, where people often, right after tragedy, reinvent themselves and grow as opposed to falling apart. I changed careers. I used to be a television writer, but my work was kind of sporadic. Instead of making television shows, all of a sudden, I started writing books. People would see me in this situation and they'd go, oh my God, if that happened to me, I'd lose any interest in life. I'd crawl up in my bed and stay there. The truth is, you have a lot more grit than you think you do. Option B is to realize you're reinventing yourself, and there's no rule book, there's no guide. It's going back to life.